This is my sister Kenzie. I've known her for some time. I've been working on my my sick what do you call it? What do you call it?
What did you
Freestyling.
Oh.
My God. In here. Wait, inner spirit. But where we going? Spirit Airlines. Okay. Sorry.
Spirit Airlines.
Isn't that an airplane company?
Yeah, but it's not the one to represent.
I've never been on a plane.
Shut up.
Still,
Are you being
to this day,
serious?
I've never been on a plane.
Well, it's because we have so many siblings. You can't like travel with 5
Where you going?
kids and put them on a plane. Pay for
Yeah,
7
right.
tickets.
Pick the best one. I get it. Take the best 3.
You still wouldn't make the cut.
That's real rude. First thing off the bat, I'm getting insulted. I think I would make the cult. The cult.
The cult. Yeah, we just have.
I don't like this table.
Yeah, it fucking sucks.
Hey, this table is art. It's also black and white.
Just like us.
Yeah, just like, speaking of which, how's it going out there, white folks? You know me. You see me. You think, what do you think?
Mm-hmm.
Basketball player? No, but creative, yeah. But
The curly hair.
also, if I was a street baller, I was talking about this on the podcast that I was going to post last week that got deleted.
Mm-hmm.
You know what street balling is, right?
Playing basketball
In
on
the
street.
like street rules, like just playing basketball in the street. Yeah.
Yeah, where it's like
Well, it's
dirty
not
fighting,
necessarily-
like you don't really call
Yeah,
it fouls.
yeah. So I was thinking, what would my name be? Right? So I really pondered on that thought.
I can't.
Do you know
wait
what I
to
came
hear
up with?
it.
Abraham Sinkin. Nothing? Like Abraham Sinkin, like sinking a jumper, you know?
No, I get it.
Oh, you just don't. You're not a fan of it?
No.
Here's my question. If I'm at a bar, woman walks up, right? She's like, hey, I don't really like how your ankles are shaped. I'm like, wow, that's a little insulting.
Okay.
But at that point, yeah, exactly. Okay. But at that point, hold on. At that point, I just have to let it ride. I can't. It's like, what am I going to do with this? But then 20 minutes later, Dave walks up. He's like, hey, man, I heard her talking over there. She actually used to be Matt. Like, at this moment, right, I'm debating, at what point in the transition can I throw hands or not throw hands, depending on if they're going from a man to a woman or a woman to a man. Do you understand my question?
Okay, so you just asked like kind of a loaded question.
Right, it was a lot to it. I've been debating it all day. I was like,
Okay,
Kenzie,
so like they're transitioning. So if they identify as female, then in the social world that we live in, it's inappropriate to hit
right,
a woman, right?
right, yeah, right. I understand.
However,
exactly. That's yeah.
like
Is it dependent on
if
how
you
much?
want to be so progressive that like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know, like.
Is it right or wrong?
I don't know.
This has never happened.
I don't think violence is ever the answer.
Okay,
This is my answer.
Okay, yes.
Violence is never the answer. I don't think you should ever go up and smash somebody's face in because they said they didn't like how your ankles are shaped. But also, like...
But also, I do understand. My ankles are pretty fucked up. But that was the whole idea. I was debating that all day in my head. I was like, wonder at what point can I throw hands or not throw hands with somebody transitioning? Does it depend on...
I don't know.
Like
I
if a
also
man's-
feel like that's all like very double standards because like if a girl came up to you and like wailed on you, then you would be like a punk for not doing anything, or you'd be honorable for not doing anything. But then if you did do something, then you're like a deadbeat piece of trash. I mean, to the world.
Yeah, I wouldn't.
In
hit
our
her.
social world.
I wouldn't hit her for sure. I wouldn't give her one of these. You know, wouldn't do that.
I mean, it also depends on like, is she passing? Does she pass? Because if you didn't know, then like socially it's inappropriate to put your hands on her.
And I guess
but like it depends on what type of town you're in, where you're located in that town, and then the demographic of the people within the bar.
Then we might have a problem that everybody finds out there that she did transition.
Yep.
And then I'm like, oh shit! Now I can't let other people find out that.
Correct.
Oh, it's just we live.
Because at that point, if you just disclose that information in the wrong part of town, then they'll do the job for you.
Yeah, and I'll be like, I just was wanting to throw some hands, call it a day. But now y'all try to drag somebody down the street. It's crazy. We live in some strange times, don't we, right now?
Yeah. I saw this TikTok the other day, and it was like, honestly, I'm tired of living through historical events. It can really stop.
Fun to be American. Hey, I got an Irish listener.
Dude, all the other countries make fun of us.
Oh, we were laughing.
Dude, if you've ever gone overseas, you know.
Oh, yeah.
You literally know. You know.
I'm
Because
sure.
people just think it's a joke.
I know. We are literally like, we're there. This is like a Full House episode, and they're just watching, dying, laughing. Like,
Yeah.
you see what?
Because, you know, we post ourselves everywhere. Everybody listens to our music, watches our TV, wants to watch our movies.
Knows that what
wanna
color
watch
Kim
our
K's song
news.
is.
Yeah.
If I go like look at Yahoo News, it's like every third one's like
Yahoo News?
or Google News. That was just the first thing that came.
Yahoo?
Listen,
bro?
I am a.
What's next? You were on Bing all the time?
Bing is not even a thing anymore.
Yes,
is it?
it is. Yes, it is.
Not-
Because my computer used to be set to default to Bing. And
And
I
you're
was
like,
pissed.
Bing, please.
Yeah, literally. They would post so many ads. I served one time.
Where'd you serve? College?
No. One summer back home in Evansville, I worked at Cheddar's.
Oh, I do love some Cheddar's.
The worst job of my whole entire life.
The first thing I'm doing, even if I don't get a dog or I do, it doesn't matter. I'm getting a beware of dog sign. That's all because every time I see those.
Oh, yeah, you get a beware of dog sign, and you get one of those little yard things that say that you have security when you really don't.
Oh, so I didn't just come up with that?
No, and then you put a big pair of shoes out on the front porch. That way they think a man's living in there, and that's what...
Wait, hold
That's
on.
what they- that's
At
what
my
they
house,
tell
a man
all the
would be
women.
living there. Okay, it'd be a size 15 pair of boots on the front step.
That's funny, because that's the size Caleb wears.
Oh, I wear 10s. Measurements go. Don't have to. You have to
About 6 foot.
You have to measure
How
from
tall are you really, though?
5'10" and a half.
5'10" and a half? You sound like me. I was like, I used to tell people that I was 5 foot and 3/4. Because the 3/4 matter.
You gotta, like, yeah, especially as a man, you don't want to be short.
Yeah.
You know how hard it is
You're
talking?
not short, though.
Not
You
technically,
just don't hit the
but
6 foot threshold that is the ideal.
I'm a tall woman.
Tall one.
If a woman's my height, you'd be like, damn. It's like, why does she seem so tall, but I seem so short to everybody else?
Because it's all in perspective.
I was sitting in a chair.
No, about the sexes. So, like, yeah. Like,
I thought you
it's
meant
in perspective to other women
I
and
thought
men.
you meant like,
Yeah, you're like,
like I'm
like,
on.
damn.
I thought you said I was like on a ladder, like you short, cuz. I didn't think. I gotta start thinking more, thinking more ahead.
If anything, college taught me critical thinking.
Oh, me too.
Displayed
how to-
here.
Huh?
Displayed here.
What do you mean?
After you just said I need to start thinking more.
Well, then you said college, and I thought about all the times I snuck into a bar before I was 21. It was a critical thinking.
Oh, I've never done that.
Yeah, I wouldn't recommend it. Bouncers don't like you. I got kicked out of a baseball game that same day. Smoking a black and mild in the stands. I saw people smoking cigarettes around me. I was like, I smoke cigarettes.
They probably thought it was a blunt.
Yeah, I'd be.
I feel like I would be a terrible fucking parent.
What?
My mom was like, if anybody ever asked me for a babysitter, I would definitely recommend Keegan over Kenzie. And I was like taken aback. I was like,
Right.
excuse me? Like, what does that mean? And she was like, well, Keegan's just better with kids than you are. And I was like, no, he's not. And then she was like, you don't even like kids. And then I like stepped back and I thought about it. And I was like, you know what? I don't. I don't like being around them. I don't like playing with them for more than like 30 minutes. How old was I when I got lost in Disney World? Because I remember that.
I almost asked you. I almost went back and asked you how old were you. Did I ever tell you the story about when I got lost with my mom and Jake and Alyssa?
Where?
In Florida at Orlando Studios. You remember that roller coaster, the Twin Dragons? So one's orange and the other one's blue.
Mm-hmm.
Mom wouldn't let me ride that. I was like, what?
And you tried to get on it?
No, I just walked away. And I was like, fine then. And then there was this big rock. I'll never forget. There's this rock in the middle of the path. Just in the middle. And you could go, and you're supposed to meet on the other side. Like, I just knew that it just a big rock. And I was like, I'll see you on the other side. I'm going to get this
They
first.
didn't go on the other side.
Right, it was gone. Gone. I was like, where'd my family go? I felt like Joe Dirt. Well, then one time, only like 10 of us went in the second shower. We clogged the drain, and like they have all the soap dispensers on the shower. We just hit them and soaped up all the floor, and we just slide around the bathroom floor
How did you guys clog the drain?
with paper towels.
High school boys, ladies and gents.
And it was a blast, I'll tell you. You know, just some good old heterosexual fun.
Like butt ass naked.
Butt ass naked.
Oh shit!
If coronavirus was around then,
booming. It's booming.
I was telling somebody the other day how flat Indiana overall is. Like,
yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh man,
it's terrible. That's
it's
why I
flat,
don't want to live here.
Oh,
I went to Arizona and that was just like.
It's just mad flat.
What?
Huh? Oh, hilly? What's Arizona like? Isn't that the desert?
Yeah, I mean it's flat, but like they still have like mountains and like.
Do they have a lot of cacti?
A lot of cacti. Right? Yeah, that's plural for cactus.
I'm thinking about flying to Florida.
Flying to Florida? Where on Spirit?
See, I'm sick.
That's what you think at the beginning of every year. That's
Wait,
what everybody thinks.
Okay. Well, okay, so it's not just me.
No, everybody's like, this is going to be my year.
Yeah, and then day 2, I got selected for jury duty for a murder last year.
Shut up.
Yeah, and I was like, okay, so let's get to 20. Then I had to spend 6 months dealing with all that.
Did you actually sit in on the jury?
I knew all the witnesses, so I was like, yeah. I knew so many witnesses, the judge thought I was there. It's like I wasn't. If I was a party planner, you had a blast, right?
Yeah, I had a good time.
What? I don't like people who are condescending. You know, I knew
Are
that
you
word.
calling me condescending?
I just
give me the definition of condescending.
putting someone down.
Okay, so how did I just do that?
I don't know, but I just okay. So this is what I do. This is where my brain goes. My brain goes to all these words, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I get all these words, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna use them in a sentence. Doesn't have to be right.
In a sentence.
I'm gonna use them in a sentence. Doesn't have to be right, but I just need to use that word.
You just need to make it sound correct.
It was in the ballpark of being right. You're not condescending, but if you were, it was the right word. You know what I mean?
No.
What? A couple months ago, I walked into this word called name.
Walked into this word called what? Walked into a word?
You
meant to say that?
It came into my life. I'm waiting until I'm 50, so then I'll find out. It's like, it's time to have some kids, you know.
50?
Yeah, I'm gonna be here till. Okay, so the whole idea of my podcast is that if I don't get hit by a bus and I make it, right? Make it to
Are you
upper.
planning on getting hit by a bus?
No,
Should I
but
talk to someone for you?
No, you could talk to the bus commutes or whatever they're called, the bus routes, and be like, "Hey, chill out.
The bus commutes.
You're hitting those corners a little tough." Okay. Before we get to the Coca-Cola factory, we got to park and ride the subway.
Mm-hmm.
We get on the subway,
Mm-hmm.
so we're all just on the subway.
How many kids are there?
There's about 20 of us.
Mm-hmm.
We don't know the rules of the subway.
Right.
We don't know that you're supposed to move when blind people get on.
Shut up.
The blind person has the ability to,
How old were you guys?
in high school, like senior.
In high school, and you guys didn't know to move out of the way for a blind person.
Who know?
Who tells you that?
I didn't see it coming.
Okay.
But so he walks on the subway. He's got his little stick. He's he's doing his thing.
Did you know that he was blind?
Well, the stick kind of was an indicator to me.
But you still didn't get out of his way.
I wasn't in his way. It was the girl that was right, because on the subway he gets on and just sets, and you got to move. You got to get out of the way, because that just sets in this girl's lap, and then they both get spooked. He jumps up, she runs off.
Yeah, because then he's
and
embarrassed.
Well, yeah, and she's embarrassed too.
Yeah.
And then somebody's like, "Oh, you're supposed to move for blind people."
Oh my god!
You know, that's my friend Jace.
Really?
I slapped him one time, and he yelled, and I was recording it, and he yelled it, and I was like, that would go with my intro. Watch this. Ladies love this. Do whatever you do, but don't let the door hit you on the way out.